It is the high point at his time. He is religiously tolerant of other religions because he converts to Buddhism after the tragedy of Kalinga, which was, you know, devastation. The big thing on the bottom is there's this person I'm going to introduce you to in a couple of slides. His name is Kautilya, and he is very much like in May we're going to read Dante's Inferno, and we're going to learn about Machiavelli, and we're going to learn about the Medicis in Italy, and the Medicis were the power players in Italy at that time. Kautilya is like Machiavelli. He writes a treatise, which is, I don't have the name on this particular slide, but he writes a treatise about how to be a leader. And Machiavelli does that in pre-Renaissance. And leaders still read Machiavelli's The Prince. And what they mostly get out of it is, do the ends justify the means? Does the result of what you get out of something justify how you got to that? So if you lie and cheat your way to the top, and then someone lies and cheats against you, the ends justify the means. You cheated, they cheated you, you have no right to be upset about it because you use the same means. And that's a very simplistic view of Kautilya.
Oh, so then he has the same philosophy as Machiavelli.
Yeah, and the big issue is, how can Ashoka balance Kautilya's methods of keeping power, which are severe, and also be a good Buddhist? Because they're still thinking at this time period that the way that you lead should inspire your people to be good subjects. Alright, so Mauryan time during Ashoka. He starts here, this is his middle, and he expands through all of this area. This is a gorgeous four-headed lion thing, which I just love the picture of, so I put it on there. I hope Ms. Hernke talks about it more later, because she's going to talk about the art during this time period. And a lot of them are Buddhist stupas.
Are those people standing down there?
These tiny little people, yeah, because this in the back is a mosque.
So that is huge. That thing is
Yes,
huge.
it is huge. And then on the right-hand side, the red is Ashoka's empire. And this purple was the territory that Chandragupta got from Seleucus, the Persian general, after Alexandria. So you can see how much larger the empire was. Chandragupta starts it, and it's purple, and then you see how much that Ashoka expands it with his military might and his elephants. Probably my favorite slide of all time. I wish you guys, someone should make a tiny little warrior elephant and put lots of stuff on it. And you know, and like make a bunch of them and have a little elephant battle. You were doing this.
I was just thinking.
Well, okay, we're going like this, so then it looks like, you know, I'm either showing off my armpit or I want to be called up. Okay, so before we watch the little mini video, which, warning, the greatest of all videos I cannot find again. So there might be a mispronunciation of this character's name in here, and it kind of bugs me. He was the most important ruler in ancient India. He was a brutal military commander. He extended the empire. I showed you from the purple to the red. The Battle of Kalinga is in 260 BC. 100,000 Kalingans died. 150,000 are driven from their homes, so become refugees, essentially. And more died from disease and starvation in the aftermath of this than the destruction in the war alone. So if 100,000 die in the war, more die afterwards than died in the war. And Ashoka basically said, this is my summary of him. What have I done? He looked on the devastation, and then he converted to Buddhism after this battle. He became a pacifist. A pacifist believes in nonviolence, which is really difficult to be an emperor who believes in nonviolence, because you keep your empire through violent means. He does spend the rest of his life encouraging nonviolence, moderation, and Buddhist principles in India, which we'll talk about later on. Let me see if I can get my little video playing. Yay! Now this is not the best one, people. But it is the one that I have to, I can't find my awesome one that was on the couch. And I forgot to send